Hey everybody, and welcome back to Emerald Coast. It's day 6. We're in midsummer, and we went ahead and rolled forward from our last stream to the next day. Rain is over, but we still have our wet crop condition, so we can't do any harvesting. But we can do a little field prep if we're willing to do a little compaction on the ground. So earlier today, last night, I went and plowed up field 3, and now I've got the sprayer here. I'm going to go ahead and put another coat of fertilizer on there, and then I'm going to cultivate up the field and get it ready for planting of soybeans. Hey Will, hey Talgar, what's up? So we can plant soybeans all the way up until the end of the middle of summer. So we'll be able to put soybeans in the ground up until day 8. The end of day 8, or the morning of basically midnight of day 9. Yes? So we've got 2 clear days of sunshine here, and rain on Friday, which is the last day that we can plant our soybeans. So I'm hoping that the rain on Friday will hold off until the evening, and we can put some soybeans in the ground on Friday. But I don't want to gamble too terrible much. So we're gonna spray and prep the fields and see what the moisture looks like Thursday afternoon. Thursday around midday, we're going to see what the field moisture looks like to see if maybe we can get in there and plant our soybeans with doing little compaction as possible. Hey Haggard, what's up? I'm doing pretty good. Just back here on Emerald Coast. Baked fish and fries. Kind of fries? Are they just standard straight fries, or are they some kind of fancy fries like sweet potato fries, waffle fries, crinkle cut, shoestring, steak fries, curly fries? Just straight up regulars. Hey Rob, what's up? Oh, nice little skinny fry. Switch over here to soil composition. You can see down in the mini map, we've gotten rid of the need plow state. Plow did leave a little bit of soil compaction, interesting enough. So go ahead and roll on in here. That spray button. The reason we're spraying right now is I want to run the cultivator over the field, which should negate all of the pink that we've got on the field now, and the pink that we're adding to the field by spraying it. And then that will leave us with the best possible state for planting. And if we do it right and the ground dries out enough, we might be able to plant without causing any compaction. Then that would be ideal, because we would have our best yield at that point. Genetic, this is the tractor from the modern class. Not a big fan of the pro thingy on there. Wish you could get Wish you could get the horsepower with the regular case red. Myself, I will live with it. There's a 5230, I think it is, for sale up by where I work. Drive past it every day. It's a nice red. I don't know what it would be rated at. I haven't really bothered to look it up. Figure out what a 5230 would be rated at as far as power. Let's do this, because then I can concentrate with what's going on in chat and not veer off the side of the road. This is Modern Classics. Got the front weight on it. See here, we've okay. I went ahead and earlier I put the code in that you need to put in to allow you to adjust the tire pressures from inside the tractor. I couldn't add it to this tractor because this is a DLC, and therefore I can't edit the code. But I added it to the John Deere's and the New Holland. Although it's not working for me. Not really sure. I had to change the key binding. Default key binding on that was left alt and an up arrow. And, well, left alt and the up arrow is, for me, it was like look around. So I changed the key binding to left alt U for increasing the tire pressure, and left alt D to decrease the tire pressure. But I forgot something very important. I forgot that the dev version of Seasons, left alt D, basically makes the clock speed up to 6,000. So I was trying to figure out how to get the why when I tried to lower the air pressure, the lights went out because the sun basically went down, and I figured out what was going on. So I need to change the key binding on that one. But anyway, I got the code to show up finally. On the Rathland series, those two tractors, the code doesn't want to show up. So when we jump into the John Deere that's behind me, we will get that, and you'll see what it looks like, but I can't, it won't let me pump the tires up or let the tires down at this point. Hey Lawrence, what's up? Look, tomorrow, Thursday, we got a high of 100 degrees. I just noticed that. A low of 68. Hey Jaded Illusions, what's up? So really, we're just working the field, trying to wait until we have dry crop to get back into the harvesting. We had a nice cool day today, Rob. It was probably in the low 80s, and for late June, low 80s is pretty cool for our area of the country. Now it's anticipated to be up in the 90s come Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And well, at that point, it's going to be, it's going to be hot and sticky and nasty. Hey Raznik, glad you got back. I heard. I guess, did you have a storm roll through town, and that's what took your power out? Saw that in Discord. Yeah, I do like this plow texture too. It doesn't hold up when you look at it from this angle. You can tell it's a flat texture like everything else, all the other crop textures on Farm Sim, but it does look a lot better than the in-game default one. Oh, you're still out down on the internet, hey? Hey, Timmy on PC. How you doing? It's gonna be hot for you too, eh? So this will get us to 3 states of fertilization, and then when we cultivate, we'll wipe out, like I was saying, the compaction, and then when we seed, hopefully, when we seed, the ground will be dry enough that with the planter down, we're not putting any extra weight on the ground to cause compaction. If that's the case, then we're going to be in a good position to maximize our yield. Yeah, living out in the middle of nowhere definitely has its, quote, benefits, doesn't it? They also include taking about 30-40 minutes to get anywhere. Where I grew up in Maryland, we were out in the boonies. We didn't have cable TV. That's how far out in the boonies we were. We never were able to have pizza delivered to the house because the pizza delivery guys didn't go that far. We wanted pizza, we had to basically go into town and pick it up, which was a pretty rare occasion because the act of going to town and getting back was probably about 40 minutes. So if you went and got a pizza, then by the time you got back, it was cold. So there wasn't much, oh, let's run to town real quick and pick something up. It was pretty big event. So last time we streamed, this particular plow slash cultivator, really a cultivator, this particular implement was plowing the field. But thanks to Will, helped me by sending me a copy of this that I guess was switched over to be a cultivator, which is more appropriate to its configuration. We are now cultivating. Look at our F1. Since this is a disc cultivator, if you look there, it says cultivation depth shallow. That's part of the lift a. That is part of the compaction mod, the cultivation depth, and it's basically a cultivator with discs. I guess it's defined in the XML somewhere, how it knows it has discs, I guess. Cultivator with discs can only do a shallow cultivation, which will only remove one layer of cultivation. A cultivator with tines has the capability of removing being shallow or deep. And if it's configured to deep, then it will remove up to 2 levels of compaction. Did you download Serenity Valley from Mod Hoster or from Rockhound's Facebook? Thinking if you're talking about Serenity Valley 5, probably downloaded that from Mod Hoster. And that Serenity Valley 5 has added crop types, am I correct? In my memory? And if I am correct with that, then you probably have, or do you have the straw harvest add-on? And if you have the straw harvest add-on, then if you disable that, it shouldn't crash. But if you wish to use straw harvest add-on, then you can go in to the moddesk.xml. Okay, so it's no straw harvest add-on. I bet you it's still the same fix. So if you go into the moddesk.xml, if I hit Z, it doesn't change on this particular mod. But if you go into the moddesk.xml, somewhere in there will basically be where the additional crops are defined. And there will be a value that says use heap, and it will be set to true. If you change use heap and set it to false for the extra crops, and then save that and then add it back into your zip file, the map might not crash for you. Now, Rise of Industry 2, or Serenity Valley 2 Rise of Industry from Rockhound's Facebook group has been fixed and works with seasons and works with straw harvest without any issue. So that little bit of tweaking was already done with respect to the extra crop types. Hey DC, thanks for coming by. See, we are pretty much wiping out all the pink that was down there. This cultivator, well, the cultivator that looks like, there's a cultivator that looks just like this that's over at American Eagles Modding, but it is set to plow. That was the one that I had initially, last stream, was the one from American Eagles Modding that was set to plow. And Will hooked me up with this version, which has been configured to cultivate. So I'm sure it's a pretty simple edit to make it cultivate, but I didn't know how to do it. I asked him, I said, Will, how do you make that plow cultivate? And he shipped me a copy he had worked up. So still not sure how you make it set to cultivate. It might be super simple. Probably is super simple. None of the gates will open with the left mouse button. You have like animated gate trigger in. Have you tried it with just the map in the mods folder and nothing else? Do you have that mod that that lets you open gates from inside the tractor? I don't know if Will's in chat, he might be able to tell you how to change it real quick. If it's as simple as just editing the XML, which I would guess it probably is. You probably just go in and you change it from a plow function to a cultivate function, but I don't know. It might be more involved. No, just a map, same thing happens. Okay. Does that animated door fix, Genetic J, does that fix the issue? Even with nothing in the mod folder? I thought the animated door fix was at the mod hub. Is it not over at the mod hub? Alright, so we're going to finish cultivating this field, and then we're going to go get back to harvest. See that the wet crop condition has gone away. Hey, what's up?
Checking on you. Get sure you're farming all right.
Making sure I'm not breaking any rules.
Yep.
Hey, Craig, what's up? You like that truck?
Love that truck. I think it's awesome.
I saw it was on the mods list for the production map.
I haven't even been on there, the production map yet.
I clicked on it one day because I was trying to see if it had DLCs enabled for somebody. I thought, well, maybe it would, not that you could download the DLC, but it would list it. But I didn't see any listed, but I saw Spectre's truck and your truck there. I did a Emerald Coast stream on Monday, Johnny. You're not expected to watch every single one of them.
Have you got a hold of the Lone Oak one yet?
No. I won't get a hold of Lone Oak until it's released.
Oh, okay.
Well, thanks for watching and leaving comments, Johnny. That's all I can say is I appreciate all your comments. Thanks, Genetic J, for taking the time to look that up. What are you playing in single player?
What's that?
What maps are you playing single player?
Believe it or not, my favorite right now is Gold Coast.
Old Coast?
Yep.
What's that one?
Am I calling it wrong? The one that comes with the farm set.
Oh, Goldcrest Valley.
Gold Crest, yes.
Emerald Coast does have the Grays mod built in, yes. In fact, something interesting that I found with the Grays mod and this unit conversion mod, one that has gallons and everything, I don't think it likes the unit conversion mod too much. Because my sheep only have grass at 30%, so let's take a look at that. Supposedly, 22% now. So, yeah, I don't think the Grays mod really likes the unit conversion mod. Because this is supposed to be at 67%. And it's not. And I've definitely had plenty of grass in the pasture. So I'm gonna have to take the unit conversion mod out, boot it up, and see if I have grass or not, the ample amount of grass. And if I do, then I have to see if we can't figure out where that conflict is. early on, when I was playing Goldcrest, I had this idea that I was gonna play Goldcrest until I owned all the fields. Then I found mod maps, and after about 100 or so hours on Goldcrest, I been back.
I like it because I know where everything's at. When I go to new maps, most things aren't labeled very well, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's true. But you kind of figure things out. Time. And then next thing you know, you're just tooling around. You know where everything is, and then you jump to another map, and you're like, oh, where? Well, Duck hasn't streamed much this week. He didn't stream much last week. Guess he's got busy life, I guess, right now. Winter time down there. So who knows what's going on. Just wiped out all the compaction we had, so now we have a nice pristine field. We're just going to let it sit here and see if it can't dry out. And to the point where it doesn't, Does he have a Clinosaurus for real? I know he had a Eustacesaurus or something, and Jerry, and EP's wife, Jerry's wife. Oh, fiber early. We are at 41% crown moisture right now. Current, but it's the current. It's not the. There's going to be a bigger carnivore in there. I know. What's he going to call it? The Duckosaurus, or the Zorliapore, something like that. Hey, Gunslinger, what's up? Hey, Fred, thanks for dropping by. What's Daryl doing? Why are you waiting? Come on, Daryl, let's go. Why are you so slow? You just puttering around at first gear or whatever? Down where Betty. Let's see if Betty can drive better. Let's go, Betty. Let's go. She's stuck at 7 miles an hour too. Oh. Let's see if we just switch roles if they work better. Oh, that's good to hear, Lawrence. Now you can enjoy it. Betty drives the John Deere a bit faster than the case. You don't want to drive in the middle of the road. Don't want to drive in the middle of the road. Not with that much mud. Get stuck. Like that idiot right there, Betty. Betty went and got stuck in the mud. There you go, Betty. You get stuck in the mud. But we'll just leave her here. And maybe the ground will dry out a little bit, mud will go away a little bit, and we'll be able to get it unstuck. 41%. At least it was on that other field. We had a good rain yesterday evening. Did I see Farm Sim 19? What part of Farm Sim 19? The video from GameCon? Is it GameCon or what? No, E3. No, for here it's 41%. This unit conversion mod and graze mod deal. See, I got grass in the pasture, but it don't like the fact that I've got the graze mod in because it's not registering grass. I use our bobcat. We got a load of hay. I'm gonna go ahead and just feed some hay to the sheeps. Yeah, because maybe the way the graze mod is configured, it's just not liking the conversion, I guess. Wherever and however the conversion happens. I haven't seen any of the Lone Oak videos. I've been deliberately staying away from them. I don't think the videos I watched did it, but for me, the West Coast got way overhyped, and as a result, it was a disappointment when I saw it. And I was like, oh, now I'm disappointed. Because it didn't live up to the expectations that I had got put in my head by all the great hype. So as a result of that, you know, I've never really been able to play West Coast. It's like, not all that excited about it myself. So I'm trying to stay away from Lone Oak content. I've heard people anecdotally say that have seen it that you'll be impressed. It's very amazing. It's very nice. Again, I don't want to get expectations so high that there's no way anything could ever actually meet them or match them. So I'm just trying to stay away and avoid looking at those until the map hits. Then we can watch all the Lone Oak we want. Alright. So, already got our harvester over here and got our truck. Guess we should take the top off the truck. Oh. And let's go ahead and let's get going. We're gonna harvest this canola field, and then I think we got wheat in field 19, and we got barley in field 2 that's ready to harvest. So once we get done harvesting field 18 here, we're going to go ahead and harvest field 19 and windrow that and bale that up. We're going to do the same for field 2. Because we want to get straw, because I want to pick up cows at some point, and I'm going to need straw for the cows, for not only the bedding but also for power food. Well, that's one reason, Darren, why I think you're not seeing a whole lot of Lone Oak content. Is I think Bullet Bill has asked folks that do have the map early to basically throttle how much content they're putting out there and everything. But you know, once it is released, it's going to be on every channel because it's the new thing. I've decided that I'm going to run Rathlin out until the end of the 3rd spring. So right now I am at the right now I'm in summer as far as gameplay goes. So the videos are still early spring, but right now I'm in summer for real. And I've decided that I'm just going to go ahead and play the map all this year and into and through next game spring. Because I really want to get 1,000 sheep. So I'm not really looking to jump into any new maps until after I get that done. We've kind of committed on the channel to do a 10-year gameplay on this map. And at some point I want to roll this into a recorded format. So when we do move into a new map, it's probably going to be in a live stream format.
Spectre.
Oh, thank you about the map videos, Johnny. We got Spectre in here? I heard somebody, but I couldn't hear who it was.
Spectre.
See if I can bump Discord volume up on my setup. It's already up. Huh. Oh, no, not American Outback using little stuff. No. Now, tomorrow will be the American Outback redone. There's not a lot changed, but it's been a while since that map was in the channel, so I went ahead and just kind of did a rehash video that's going to come out tomorrow. Early on in that video, I do compare the two PDAs just to give a frame of reference between the original map and the new one. That, and let's do a little still do an in-cab farming here. Hey movie guy, I haven't seen you for a long time. Thanks for coming by. Where are we at? We are at 50%. Might as well unload the harvester. Oh, that's no good. That's no good at all. Leg infection. Hope you're feeling better. You got that under control. Oh, let's see. Whose stream was I in today? I dropped in, but I forget. It was, was it Virtual Farmer's stream that I dropped into? It was a busy day at work. I kind of forget. Oh yeah, Gamer Dragon. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I was at work, so I dropped in. Just to say hey and kind of let it run in the background for a little bit. I heard him talking about not liking to play seasons because you're always starting to you always start on the spring. So I told him my trick on forcing a different season and everything. Then I got sidetracked and distracted, and I never got back to the stream. But that trick is what I did on Rathlin when I started in midwinter. Is I just tweaked with the game day and the save file until I was on the day I wanted in winter, and that's how I started that one. Now in Midtown, when I started in late spring, I did all of the legwork. I had probably 40 hours on that map before I even started recording a video. Pretty sure it's not going to, Johnny, because it's going to be for consoles also. I'm pretty sure it's not going to have those two things built in. Now it won't take long to it wouldn't take long to put either of them in. Although I have to admit, I don't know how to put the Graze mod in. I know people that have put it in say it's easy, but they've also done a bit more GE work on maps than I have. Hey, Farmer Austin. What's up? Hey, Jonathan B. Everybody's coming out of the woodwork. Is your week done already, Jonathan B? It is. You are one lucky guy. I just get lost at the part where it starts talking about corners and field definitions and whatnot. Seems like the directions are fairly good up to that point, and then it just goes vague. And it's like, well, you need to make transform groups and put the corners there. It's like, all right, I know how to make a transform group, but the bit about the corner, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, 10 days off. That sounds nice. So all of us in the US should be looking forward to next Wednesday. It's not often that we get July 4th in the middle of the week. I suspect a fair number of people will be taking the whole week off. What's that?
4th of July, woohoo!
Yeah. We have a 4th of July parade in town, but it's basically a car show.
Nice.
Everybody brings out their cars and the main city park is it's got a road that runs through it, but the road basically loops one direction around the whole park and through the park. So the parade basically goes backwards around that road. Everyone comes out and sits around the park and turns out into a car show because there's the obligatory Ford Mustang Club.
Of course.
And then after that, there's some fire trucks. And then there's the Camaro Club, the Corvette Club. So we get the Bow Tie Club too. Then we've got all the other stuff, and then showing our geography location, we have the Jacked Up Pickup Truck Club parade. So everyone brings their pickups with lift kits out and everything. It's a good old fun time of about an hour and a half car parade.
Sounds like fun.
Not too bad. It's fun for the kids. They throw candy out. My oldest hasn't figured out that if she goes with me to the parade, she's apt to get lots of candy because her brother will be there and he's 4, so everyone throws candy to the little kids. Yeah, but you can give it to me. Yeah, yeah. It won't be 1,000,000 degrees. No, it won't. She has braces, so she's telling me she can't eat half that candy, and I said, that's fine, just give it to me. Hey, well, have you heard any more from Real Logger? Is he still redoing that to make it work better with the multiple animals script? Rob gets Wednesday through Friday off. Oh, that's great. Yeah, I checked yesterday before... I checked yesterday or I checked Monday. To see if there was any changes to the compaction mod. And there hadn't been any changes in like a week. Then I checked the season Slack channel every day or so, and I noticed the last message in there was from me on the 23rd. So I guess they're all taking a little bit of a break. Because I had posted a message in there on some stuff that I had seen on maybe our stream here last week, and then also some stuff that I experienced on the Rathlin game save. I had I'd planted a crop, and the act of planting the crop caused low compaction, which is fine. And then I took a slurry spreader full of digestate, which then listed as causing medium compaction, and I ran that over the field to fertilize it, expecting to see a darker colored pink, and it never changed color. I was like, well, that's interesting, because I would have thought that taking something that was listed as medium over a lightly compacted field, it should have changed color. So I sent that message in just to see what was up. Yeah, I know, Johnny. They got jobs. You know, I'm not all up in like, hey, you haven't responded to me. What's up? I just been checking in and not seeing anything, so I'll just check in later. Hey, Bernie, what's up? Hey, Mid and the Pizza Farmer, what's up, guys? Darren, I don't know what needs to be changed. Maybe Will has an idea. But I do know that early on with the Graves mod over at FSUK, it seemed like a lot of people were asking questions about, will this work with the extra animal types or that extra animals mod, where you could put in, like, you know, a second type of a cow or a second type of a sheep, so you could have 2 different types of cows or whatever. And I guess you have to make some tweaks for that to happen. Alright, now the question is, will we get back to the end of the field before we get full? I don't think we're going to. 98%. %. Just gonna. I don't think we're gonna make it. I wouldn't be driving over the field like this if we weren't going to be plowing it. Well. Is there a way to make these plants not come through the truck bed? That'd be nice. Yeah, Bernie, it's in my it's in the description. Link to the Discord. Oh, okay. I was trying to figure out what your comment was about. I'm like, upgrade to 19. Yeah, you can join in. You'll find me in the open streaming channel. Just know that when I am streaming, I use push to talk, so you might not hear me through the Discord side until I push to talk. Is that definitely something that we know is being fixed? Or we're just guessing? Or hoping? It doesn't seem to go through everything, though. The rain in the buildings is a bit annoying. Raining in the cab. You can't always see the rain in the cab, though. What's that?
I said I hate it when the rain comes through the cab.
Yeah, I was just saying the rain in the cab is annoying. Although, since you don't see too far before you're out of the cab, and sometimes you don't notice that it's actually raining in the cab. Okay, that's cool, Will. That's great. No, not now. There's FarmCon coming next month, so we should get some information then. Okay. We should get more information at FarmCon. I'm hoping that we get a release date and maybe a maybe a little gameplay footage. And we know from a tweet that went out that that in August there will be at some GameCon event in Germany that there will be a the capability of I guess select people actually playing the game in a controlled environment. But I'm hoping to see that we'll see gameplay footage before then. just to get a representation of what things should look like. You know, the CGI stuff is all nice and pretty, but it's basically a movie at that point, pre-rendered movie. It's not a fair representation. And we're already at 1:15 in the afternoon, running at 5 times speed here. I don't know if we're going to be able to get to baling up that wheat. Might be all that we do is to get the wheat harvested. But I play on what, Bernie? Play on PC. That's your question. Using 13, almost 14 gallons an hour on this harvester. Did you download it or get it? Download it or get it what? What are we talking about? We're talking about 19. No, haven't seen it. Nobody's seen it outside of Giants. So I was saying I was hoping that we would get to see gameplay footage in July, and that the event in August says for folks that are able to attend, they may have the potential of, sounded like, actually being able to play it. Now the event in August is in Germany, so somewhat precludes lots of folks from being able to attend that simply can't travel. Few more passes. This is the Steam version of 17. Oh, look at the dirty wheels. Commented that in the last stream about how nice those dirty wheels looked. Yeah, I got it from Steam. It's just convenient. Now, most of the DLCs that I have, I bought straight from Giants' website. So, I've heard some people say that, well, if you buy the game from Steam, you've got to get the DLCs from Steam, and that's not necessarily the case. You can mix and match. Do note, though, that if you get the if you get the DLCs directly from Giants, you kind of have to manage, your codes yourself. So what I do is I've got cloud storage on Microsoft OneDrive, and I put a folder up there for the DLCs, and I basically save a copy of the DLCs to OneDrive, and I put a text file in there with the key. So if I ever need to reinstall it, I can. I don't have to worry about losing it. Steam is a content delivery network for games and other applications. So if you go to steam.com, you'll see what it is. Basically create an account and you download some software that runs on your PC. And I would say pretty much any major application that has been released in the last probably who knows how long, at least 10 years, is probably available on Steam. Games that you've never even heard of are probably available on Steam to get. Basically just you can order them straight from Steam and buy them. And then Steam does the content delivery for you. It downloads it to your PC, installs it. If you ever need to reinstall your computer, or if you ever replace your computer, you just log into your Steam account, and you basically can download your games to your new computer. You don't have to worry about keeping track of what games you've bought, where the installers are, what the codes are. So it's really convenient. When game updates come out, your system just downloads the update and installs it. You don't have to be bothered with that, which can be a good thing and a bad thing. If you wanted to update, or if you don't want to update, then it's a bad thing. Alright, well, we got that canola done. I think field 18 is one of the smaller fields on the map. And it's not just games. There's other software that's available through it. Pretty neat. Get out of the field. Don't need to be driving through the field. And we'll go empty our truck. Hey, 8400R, what's up? Oh yeah, I remember that one, Lawrence. In fact, I put a video out on how to roll back your update to a previous version. That's still a pretty popular video. I still get comments on that video from folks who must be looking it up after other games break and they want to roll back an update. All right. The Aberdeen map. How is that map? Alright, let's go ahead and take this over here to this silo. Sussex. That's out for console, the one that just got updated. Hey Alien Jim, thanks for dropping by, man. Hey, I got a question for you. Do I still have a vacation house there? Uh-oh. What happened? Oh, it's back. Okay. I saw that blink out. I don't know what was up. I don't have any dropped frames or anything on my end. I was still pushing a good 5 megabit. I think YouTube blinked out there. But what I was asking was on the update, do I still have a vacation home in Sussex? Because I heard Lone Oak got kicked back today, and one of the reasons it got kicked back were names on mailboxes. YouTube is
still there.
Yeah, I'm still there. YouTube. Alright, it's YouTube's doing this weird stuff because I'm pushing content nice and steady. I don't know what they're doing. Video output's low. Yeah, it's got to be YouTube. It's doing something. Yeah, I think there is something wrong with the stream. YouTube's saying that they are not receiving enough video to maintain the stream. But OBS is telling me that it's pushing 5 megabit, just fine and dandy, 30 frames. We're not dropping a frame. Maybe they're
probably having a PC meeting.
Maybe they'll get a little better. So the reason I was asking, I don't know if the stream dropped out while I was talking or not. The reason I was asking is apparently Lone Oak got kicked back, and one of the things it got kicked back on were names on mailboxes. And the reasoning was that names can be on businesses, but not on other things, I guess. So I was just wondering if one of the reasons Sussex had gotten kicked back was because of the name above the door.
That's crazy.
What's that?
They can't put names on other things in the game? That's just weird.
Enable straw swath. That's alright. Yeah, you know, like let's get off. So when I did the map video of Sussex second time around, there is a commercial building in town that had giant software banner on the side of the building. And I remember making a comment about how Giants had a software division in Sussex or something. Well, apparently when it was reviewed for console, he had to take the Giants logo off the building because it wasn't a logo of a licensed implement in-game or something. So it had to be a fake business or something. So they couldn't even have their own name on a building.
That's really strange.
So now the stream's showing good health, so I guess we're good. Let's go ahead and dive on in here and get our piddly windrow of straw. Oh, that's piddle. Guess it's because we got such a little head. So I was just wondering. I saw you drop in. I was like, oh, I'll ask you. But we also know that. A map that's submitted once and gets passed, and then gets updated for some reason, might get rejected. Something that was in the version of the map that got passed first time around, and it's like, what? It's perfectly fine the first time around. Now you're saying it's wrong? couple headland passes here to open this up.
Does all have to do with lawyers and all that?
Well, sometimes it's piddly things. Like, I don't like the way. I remember Bullet Bill had one comment about the West Coast where some guy kicked it back because he didn't think the hedges should have collisions on them, or shouldn't have collisions on them. They should. It was basically whichever way the map was, he felt it should be the other way, and that's why he was kicking it back. It's like, what? It's like the West Coast has the exact same hedges as Colborough Park. It's been in the mod hub for, you know, a year. So how do you have problems with this? Uh-oh. There we go. Careful, we're going to get our harvester stuck in the mud. There we go. So, you know, a lot of the issues, I think, is I'm sure that they're ever changing and ever evolving their requirements as they learn more about mods and consoles, but it's also the communication or the lack of communication to modders as to what the new set of rules are.
Yeah, well, it sounds like a corporation to me. It happens in every single corporation I've ever been in. YouTube keeps stalling out.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stop it and switch over to another intake server.
Fine for me.
So I put it on a different intake server. See if that helps.
Is that a YouTube thing?
Yeah. I've got two servers I can pick to send video to. I just switched over to a different one. Starting to stream up.
Go to another server? Or?
Back. Oh, goody, we're back. What's that?
Does that mean we have to like redo our YouTube, or how do we find you yet?
If it's not showing up, just hit refresh.
There it goes.
So yeah, since it started messing up again, I thought, well, let me just stop the stream, switch to a different intake server, and start it back up, see if that works. Looks like the stream wasn't offline long enough for YouTube to decide that it was a different one, so it should be good. Yeah, Johnny, that awesome mud. Oh, it's pretty awesome. Keeps you on your toes, that's for sure. So this batch of wheat, I think wheat goes in the bin up there, right? Or I can put it in the main silo. What I was saying earlier when I was putting the canola in, I'm not sure if I'm going to put a pig food mixer in, or if I'm just going to feed individual components. So that's why I wanted to put the canola in silo over there. Is if I do end up feeding individual components, I'm going to want the canola fairly close. Yeah, the Brock bin is that one over there, right? I know corn goes in the big one by that overhang enclosure. And I think soybeans goes in that one there, the compost. That was another thought I had, Will, was to supposedly sell the individual components to farmland.
Barely hear you. Get your mic down by your mouth.
And then buy the pig food from farmland. Oh, what's that?
I had my mic sitting on the desk.
How you doing?
Doing good. Yourself?
Doing well, thank you.
Oh, is this Lawrence?
Yes, it is.
How you doing?
Doing good.
I had to crank you up your butt. Jump in.
Weird hearing me come over hearing you coming over the speaker 15 seconds later again in echo.
Yeah. Now stop. Usually when I stream, when I'm doing multiplayer, I will definitely do push to talk, so that when I'm talking in stream, everyone on the server is not hearing me constantly blabber. Usually when I'm streaming solo, I just forget to turn push to talk off. So that's yeah. So you get the delay.
That's okay. I just muted the stream itself.
All right, Bernie. I'll see you later. Thanks for dropping by.
I can still watch what you're doing on the stream and talk in here.
Oh, where did I put... Oh, it's over there. I went and forgot where I put the truck.
I want to thank you for giving me many, many hours of entertainment with your series that you've had.
Oh, I want to thank you for giving me many, many hours of view time. Glad you like him.
Oh, they're great. I mean, I like the way that you do it. I like the way that Eustace Pharmer does it. He's a crack up.
He does crack himself up quite a bit. But that means you're enjoying it when you're doing it.
Oh, yeah. I can't remember what review it was, but I think it was for the Westbridge Hills remake. He's coming along on the street and then gets rear-ended by that car.
Yeah, that's Midtown.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was driving around in a pickup and gets annihilated. The traffic on that map early on was vicious.
Yeah, I had to turn it off today.
Traffic on this map used to be vicious, but it's tame now. If you haven't updated Midtown, there's an update over at FSUK.
Yeah, I got the newest version. I still had to turn the traffic off because in the field 11 or field 11, when my corn header was going down there, every time I turned around, it was getting stuck on traffic.
Yeah, because it wants to turn around in the road.
Yeah, even though I've got like 2 headlands in there, he's still the higher trend is still going out into the road.
Yeah. When I was doing that series, I would turn traffic off when I was doing a bunch of horseplay driving back to the farm. Then inevitably I'd forget to turn it back on again.
Yeah.
So I'd probably do 5 or 6 videos with traffic turned off before I'd realize and remember to turn it back on.
Did you know that the guy that programs horseplay is also working with cattle and crops?
I had seen that, yeah.
Because the worker AI in cattle and crops is fully designed by this guy.
I had done the early funding on that, but beyond starting it up once and then having some graphics problems, I've never been back to it.
It was just one time for me too when I figured out it didn't support my steering wheel and side panel.
Yeah, I think they might be getting a little better with controller support, but still think they got a long ways to go.
Yeah, when you consider that this game was supposed to be out by now.
Yeah, Duck doesn't like this map because he can't mow all the grass. He was testing the map, but he doesn't like all the grass he can't mow. It's pretty funny. Yeah, they're all independent. If we look up here, where are we at? Canola. We can see the canola that we have in that silo, but if we run our truck over the main silo, we're not getting it out. And we might do that after we dump our wheat. I don't know, I kind of like the indestructible grass from the standpoint that doesn't allow you to cheat and just mow grass from wherever. And you pretty much have to have dedicated hay fields for your grass. We don't need to see it flash in every 60 seconds down there. Thistles, burrs, trash, junk. You never know. all the chemicals and dirt. Up here in the north, where they put salt on the roads, and all of that runoff that eventually runs off, melt off into the side of the roads there. So it keeps the player honest and having to only use the grass fields that are defined on the map. And now, you know, this map only has 3 grass fields, but darn it, one of them is ginormous. Hey, Mark B, thanks for the sub. That enormous grass field over there by field 5. Just switch it over. Between 5 and 23 there, that thing is huge. And it will put out a ton of grass. Go up and down one more time, and then we'll empty the harvester. Oh, sorry about that. Were they still grinding up the road today?
Oh, they finished yesterday evening.
I guess that skid steer was used to get the little bits that the big old thing couldn't, big asphalt grinder couldn't get to.
Yeah, like in the corners and stuff, yeah. It's kind of fun to watch.
Then they're repaving it.
Just, yeah. It's kind of a joke.
Oh, do you have a section of road that seems to get paved every couple years?
Well, it's a storage place, so yeah, it needs to be repaved quite a bit.
There's a section of road runs past campus that I work at that seems like every 3 or 4 years the road crew shows up and repaves this stretch of road that's about a mile long. I guess we're just gonna have to drive through this. Kind of the running joke is that that section of road is like where they bring the training crews out to learn how to train to pave, because there's no other road anywhere around here that I've ever seen them pave with that frequency. But like clockwork, every 3 or 4 years, it's like, up here they come, they grind it up and put a new one down.
Sounds like the military and medical field. That's where everybody trains.
Oh, we're gonna have to see what our grass looks like in autumn. See if the grass changes colors. Right. And I don't know how many straw bales we're gonna get off of this field. What's that?
You haven't hit autumn yet?
No, we're midsummer. Year 1.
3 years already on Blackbird.
I know, but it's constantly running it.
Oh, yours is not?
No. It's only running when it's a single player save.
Oh, I got you.
And I've not done a ton of work off camera. Typically with live stream maps, I don't do a lot of work on camera. Unless it's like needing to prep something because there's absolutely nothing to do. Whereas with a recorded series, I'll do a lot more off-camera work. Just do a recording when there's something different going on.
Sure, that makes sense. How do you find time to do all this? You have a regular job, don't you?
I sleep a lot. No. I managed to get maybe about 5 hours of sleep a night. If I'm lucky, I can put 3 or so, 3.5 hours in a night. But our youngest, he's 4 now. He didn't sleep through the night until probably almost 4. He'll turn 5 in November. So for 3.5 years, it was getting up at probably 2 a.m. and he was screaming for you. And wants he called hot milk. He won't drink white milk unless it's warm. In fact, his daycare wants, where he goes to play school at daycare, they want to feed him, you know, cold milk for lunch. And he'll come back and it's like, it was cold. It wasn't even warm. It's like, yeah. So, we'll drink cold chocolate milk, but it won't. It's white, it's got to be warm. So he was wanting his warm milk at 2 a.m. So, of course, the doctor's like, don't do that because that's bad for his teeth and all this other stuff. And it's like, you know what? If he's waking up at 2 in the morning and he's hungry, I'm not going to give him water. It's not going to do anything for him. So, just ignore that wonderful advice. And every so often he still gets up and from home. It's a sippy cup of warm milk right before bed. Then he wakes up and he'll scream that he wants his milk before he can do anything. It's like it's his morning coffee. He does the whole thing where he just looks around with his eyes closed. He just feels for his cup. He can't even manage to get his eyes open until he has his morning coffee. It's like, where did you learn this from? Alright. Well, I think we might be able to get a little bit of baling done. We can manage to get this load of grain in the truck. We can just leave it in the truck and run over and get our baler.
Which combine are you using? Is that a...
This is from the Modern Classics DLC.
Oh, okay.
Which was available on the Giants website, but then one day I went looking at the DLC page and I didn't see it anymore. I'm not sure where you go to get it now.
can't get it on Steam. I don't get it.
Yeah, it's not on Steam. They were saying when they released it only on their website that it was done that way because of how long it would take for it to get through the various content delivery channels to get out to people. I don't know what their excuse is now, why it's not out. Yeah. Now, you're not... Now, a misnomer that some people think is that if you have the Steam version of the game, you have to have the Steam DLCs. That's not the case. You can install it off regular download. But you have to manage the codes and all that, and some people just don't want to have to do that. That's why they want to stick with the Steam stuff.
Yeah.
How did Aerosoft get past the restrictions of putting that mod out, straw add-on harvester, for $19 when that's basically not their property?
They also have you can do it through Steam too. Because they have a code. It's just a code that you put.
The way I understand it is the Aerosoft deal was like a licensed third-party DLC. They had some arrangement with Giants to do it.
Who's Aerosoft? Is that like another mod company?
Yeah, it's a British company.
They put out a bunch. Apparently, they do a lot of stuff with Flight Sim. It's out here. Grizzly Bear Sims will talk about it a lot with Flight Sim a lot.
Is it British or German?
I don't know.
I know the only place that I can find that add-on is for 16 euros or 1680 euros, and it's an overseas transaction, so you have to pay extra for that too.
Yeah. So it makes it over $20.
Let's
Yeah,
look.
it's 19% tax over there.
Look. Modern Classics.
I lived in Germany for 15 years, so I'm kind of familiar with the area.
Air Force?
I was
Oh,
over there
look.
private.
There's Mark. Mark's all on top of it. I was just about to link it up there.
For 8 of those years, I worked for
Back her up.
Philipsburg in Germany.
Thanks for getting that, Mark.
And then I started my own company.
I said Air Force because you don't sound Army.
Oh, I'm definitely Army.
Really?
6 years.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
What part of Army?
Special Forces, 1982 to 88.
As a sniper?
Airborne Ranger. Actually, as an attack group, it was a Black Ops group.
I'm 52, so that makes you about probably 64 or so.
There we go.
No, I'm 54.
Oh, we'll definitely be able to take build up this.
I don't remember any Rangers being special ops.
That's because they're not. They weren't actually an official group. That's what the Black Ops part is. Airborne Rangers are special forces.
Yes and no, but okay. I'm not going to say anything against that because I wasn't part of that.
Yeah, there was a Black Ops operation
All right.
in 84 to 88, in South Africa, and a lot of Zimbabwe, a lot of the African nations. But it wasn't really, you know, it wasn't supposed to be happening at the time.
Oh, of course not. Yeah, that's exactly why I got out.
Yeah. And one of the things that they did when I got out is you had to sign a lifetime confidentiality agreement.
Steam is very convenient. In fact, I figured out the other day how to
Kept telling me to sign those. I'm like,
how to
"No,
install
I'm
games
medic."
remotely
You know, I was a medic the whole time.
through the mobile app.
It's like, I'm not going to sign that.
Figured out how to buy an app from the website
Yeah.
when at work,
in our group that
and then
did
I
that
logged
same
into
thing
the
too.
Steam mobile app on my phone and basically told the PC here at home to install it. And I get home and it's installed. It's pretty slick.
I did the Ranger training and all that, but I never finished it because I just was, I don't know, I got tired of it. It was like,
All right,
at that time I was 30 something.
it's done. Let's see how much we can get
Not
bailed
an
up
easy
here.
Training course to go through.
It wasn't so much of that. It was just I got tired of all the, like you were saying, you had to sign this and sign that. I was
Yeah.
like, why do I have to sign all this stuff? What are you guys doing?
There we go.
So I just said, no, well, I'm just going to get out. So they sent me to Korea for my
Uh-oh, what did I hit?
like
No.
6 months in Korea.
No.
Oh,
What
you
did I
did
hit?
double tour.
I hit something.
Yeah, they're like,
I got this width
spent
thing.
time there. Got out after that.
How do I get rid of that? I don't know. We'll figure out how to get rid of that later. I think I hit some button, with the smart helper thing. Load.
It's funny how many military people like these games.
It's because you can just chill out and zone out, maybe.
You don't have to kill people. I never understood
Yeah.
that.
I won't touch a first-person shooter. I'll play a game like this all day.
All right, let's go get a baler. Oh, I know how you can. I know you can. I've done that before,
Relaxing,
Rob.
there's no,
On my laptop, I've basically streamed the game off of this PC. Laptop just becomes keyboard, mouse, and display, but the PC is actually doing all the work. I've done farm sim that way.
Worst thing you have to worry is if they put character collision into the thing that you get swallowed up by the combine.
turn into a bunch of meat.
Yeah.
I'm glad they don't do that.
Oh, it just jumps off.
I was watching Farmer Klein on one of his things where he was using his super strength to put the wood into the wood chipper, and he climbed up on the thing. I said, yeah, it would be an awful thing if they actually had character collision in this and he got torn into that wood chipper.
No, we don't need to chip me. All right, let's go over this one. Leave our stacking trailer here.
Well, the only two things that I know that's going to be coming in the next thing, FS17, is the fact that they're going to have John Deere as a brand and rideable horses.
Oats and cotton.
Yeah, don't forget the cotton.
I didn't even know about that.
Yep, so they'll have cotton, it will be a crop, and oats. Because in the E3 video, they showed a case cotton harvester
Okay.
harvesting a field of cotton.
Yeah, I didn't see anything from E3 yet.
Okay, that's where the big John Deere reveal was. The video that they posted at E3.
Yeah, I saw that. It wasn't an in-game video; it was a rendered video that I saw. I guess they call it a theatrical trailer.
Yeah. They started with the guy driving down the road. He pulls up to his farm and he gets out and his little doggy's there. Then he goes up to the barn, he opens the door. You see from inside the barn him looking in the barn, and then you see him looking in the barn. And then the light catches the front of the tractor right. You can see a close up of the John Deere hood.
Yep.
That's the big oh my god reveal.
I'm hoping that they work a little bit more on the character animation, since they're letting people ride horses.
Like to be multiplayer, they are not right now. They don't have a lot of multiplayer aspects.
No, it's out of sync all the time. I mean, I've wondered how badly they've handled the multiplayer aspect of the game over the last two versions. I'm sorry.
All right. Let's see how bales are measured. Cubic feet. This ought to be interesting. How many cubic feet are in 4,000 liters?
Cubic liters.
Cubic feet. I've got that unit conversion mod in that switch everything's over to American.
Oh, cool.
141.26 cubic feet. Where is... Do I not... Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? I don't have the auto unloads round baler. Well, that'll get fixed.
Why?
Yeah, I was going to ask the same thing.
What?
Why use the American conversion?
Just because I saw it. Thought, oh, that's cool. I'm on the American map. I might as well use the American units.
Florida's America?
Why are we so stubborn of about getting to the metric system?
Military uses metric.
Yep. The rest of the world uses metric. You manually unloading those?
Yeah, I forgot the auto unload script. That'll get fixed.
Doesn't the Coon Pack have a round baler with the automatic script in it?
Like the large one? That big coon one?
I think so.
Yeah, it does. I think it's the Coon Ultimate.
Like the one, I think it's the one that has the wrapper on it.
Yeah.
I think it just unloads, right? Yeah, I'm just going with this little baler, just the in-game baler, just because kind of fits the period a little better, I think. If I had there's a I've seen an old John Deere baler that's more squarish that would fit better, but
The John
have
Deere
that.
one. It's only 12K.
You know, I'm surprised that they haven't made a mod yet. Remember in the 70s and early 80s, the kicker baler? That would kick the bale up into a hay wagon?
Yep, that's what we used all the time on the farm.
Never seen it in the one of these simulation games.
Like tosses it up there with a spring.
It's
It literally tosses it into the back of the wagon, and you're basically up there stacking the bales when you catch them. You catch them and stack them.
oh, we never stacked them. We just let them toss up in a big pile, then undid it at the barn. But the way the kicker works is there's a top and bottom belt that are running at speed, and as the baler pushes the bale back, the belt slowly grab the bale and fling it back into the wagon. For us, we had a hydraulic ram on the kicker so that we could turn it back and forth to kind of aim it and just kick it back into the wagon. It would fill up itself. When it was full, we just switch it out.
Yeah, we used to use that after they got the kicker baler. Up until that time, we used to walk around. There was like 3 or 4 of us walk around and manually load the dang thing on the trailer.
We used to have when we were rolling it, we would put probably a couple thousand bales up a day of the little square ones. We'd have my grandfather would be on the tractor with the baler. I would inevitably end up on a tractor on a International 460, one of the tricycle tractors.
Yeah.
I would end up driving that, basically shuttling full and empty wagons back and forth between the field and the barnyard. I was up and off the tractor constantly, pulling a pin, dropping a loaded wagon, backing up to an empty, hooking it up, running it up to the field, just non-stop, because about the time you get back to the field, he would be full. And then we'd have probably three to four people at the barn. One guy on the wagon, pulling the bales off the wagon, putting them on a powered conveyor.
Yeah, that carried it up into the hayloft, and then there'd be 1 or 2 guys up there stacking it in the loft.
Yeah, one guy would be at the top of the elevator, and his job would basically be to take it off and fling it back to the guy that was stacking. And we'd have at least one guy stacking. If we were really busy, we might have 2 guys stacking. And then the guy at the elevator would just alternate between the two. Rob, not all the time.
Bales of hay that way.
Would this be a bad time for me to ask what job you did in the Rangers?
Pardon?
Mark?
Yeah.
I didn't hear what you said. I'm sorry.
I said, would this be a bad time to ask me what job you did in the Rangers?
Yeah, I was actually a sniper.
Steaks usually, yeah, they got chopped up and ground up. One time we did get a live one through though. Ooh, that was fun.
With scope and well, it's kind of hard to describe that weapon. It was a single shot AR-14. It's a hybrid, is what it was.
Oh, there we go.
Shot with a double load. Basically, the shells were handmade shells.
Yeah, I could probably swap this out with the red baler.
Any sniper worth his
Would look a
salt
little bit better.
made his own shells.
That's what I was told. I was a medic, so I was forced to do things like air assault, air combat stuff. So I talked with the guys all the time. I was the guy that didn't kill people. I fixed them.
All right, guys. Well, we're just going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and finish up this off camera and get these bales picked up and everything. And might go ahead and harvest that other field while I'm at it. We'll come back probably. I don't know if we'll be back on Friday or when we'll be back on Emerald Coast, but I suspect when we get back we'll be probably putting soybeans in the ground.
You know, Mr. Rogers' neighborhood, that guy was a sniper, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
Until next time, happy farming.
Sniper or
He was a Marine sniper.